ब्रह्मांड छत्र दंडः शतधृति भवनां भोरुहो नालदंडः क्षोणी नौकूपदंडः क्षरदमर सरित् पट्टिका केतुदंडः ज्योतिश्चक्राक्षदंडस्त्रिभुवन विजय स्तंभ दंडोंघ्रि दंडः श्रेयस्त्रैविक्रमस्ते वितरतु विबुधद्वेषिणां कालदंडः. I think we finished this paragraph. Okay. So she is cooking the rice here in this Tandulana Asakrita Adbihi Prakshalya Kvathita Panchagune Jale Datta Chulli Puja Prakshipat Prashlatha Avayaveshu Praspuratsu Tanduleshu Mukulavastham Ativartamaneshu Sankshipya Analam Upahita Mukha Vidhanaya Sthalya Annamandam Agalayat. So she put the grains into the patram in a vessel inside on the stove, and then Datta Chulli Puja, she did the puja, worshipped that stove, and then the water was 5 times the rice. So 1:5 was the water that was boiling. Kvathita Panchagune Jale Prakshipat, she put it inside that. She threw the rice into the water. Prashlatha Avayaveshu Praspuratsu Tanduleshu, the grains were all now becoming very soft. So Avayavam is not tight enough, and now it was just slowly ubbindradudungrolya. So Praspuratsu, it was also shining. And Mukula Avastham Ativartamaneshu, when it had stopped being a small, like a bud thing, and it started becoming bigger and bigger, what she did was Analam Upahita Mukham Analam Sankshipya. She lessened the heat of the stove, and then Upahita Mukha Vidhanaya Sthalya, she placed a small plate on top in such a manner that it closed the patram's mouth, and then she strained out the Annamandam. Annamandam here is the top portion of the water, the Shaktutombo. So that she strained it agalayat. Gala also means to filter here. So she strained the water out of the rice. So it is cooked as of now. Now we have to start with the next paragraph. Darvyacha avaghatya matraya parivartya samapakveshu siktheshu tam sthalim adhomukhim avatishtipat. Okay. So the grains of the rice became loose, and then she tried to strain the whole thing. Now she stirred the rice with a darvi. Darvi, it's a ladle. With the ladle, matraya avaghatya here is stirring it up. Avagahya is putting the அதாவது அந்த கரண்டிய உள்ள போட்டு நம்ம வந்து அத உள்ள மூழ்கி அதுக்கப்புறம் மாத்திரையா பரிவர்த்திய. So the observation here is you don't directly அதபடி போட்டு கலரக்கூடாது. When the rice is done, you don't stir it up completely, but you just slowly immerse that ladle and then slowly turn the rice out so that you fluff and the air goes in to make it into separate grains. So darvyacha avaghatya, that's why avaghatya here, the meaning he gives is avagahya, having put that ladle inside. Matraya parivartya, matra here refers to just slightly, ever so slightly, she just turns the rice a little bit so that there is air inside. Samapakveshu siktheshu, when the grains have equally boiled out, then she placed the sthali adhomukhim. She placed the on the tattu irukku illaya, adha vandu she placed the patram, the platter turning downwards, with the mouth downwards. Adu the vadikatradhu pura vadikatradhu irukku illo, first you just remove the first watery portion and then you turn it in such a manner and check whether the entire thing is done. Then you place it in such a manner that the mouth is downwards for the rest of the water to also drain. Adukkaga inga So sometimes the water goes and gets logged underneath.
So here
that's why that Avagatya means, Avagahya means the ladle has to go all the way to the bottom and then it has to turn it.
மாத்திரையா யா ரொம்பலாம் போட்டு அப்படி கலரக்கூடாதுங்கிறது தான் பாயிண்ட்.
Okay. So samapakveshu siktheshu satsu, right?
Satsu, yes.
Satsu, okay. And so this commentary that you're saying, adukku avagahya அப்படினு எழுதிருக்காருன்னா அது என்ன இப்போ commentary இருக்கா இதுக்கு?
There is a Sanskrit commentary also, and if you look at the text, the Chittoor text இருக்கு இல்லையா, அதுலயும் வந்து இங்க பின்னாடி at the end of the text he would have given
அதா, okay,
word by word meaning இங்க இருக்கும். சிக்தேஷு இருக்கு, ஆனா இது இல்ல. பக்வ தண்டுலேஷு இதி சிக்தேஷு, that is there, but I don't see for this அவகட்ய. அது நான் வந்து I looked at my commentary and put it in.
இது என்ன அந்த நீங்க புத்தகம் காமிச்சீங்களே அதுல இருக்கா?
ஆமா அதுதான்.
Okay. And so this concept of doing chulli puja, is this I mean, I remember that we do puja for everything. It's what my grandmother used to do, but this is this like a special occasion that she's suddenly doing it, or is this like a matter of routine?
Deno பண்றது. So ஆமாமா, every day at night we clean up the the stove area and kitchen area and everything, periki the perikkaradu illa, but in general Janani, can you share the link of that document? I have to adu enga irukku theriyala. Yeah. Okay. So that, and then at night we actually draw kolam and then go away, to sleep. Then in the morning you the light pandradhukku munnadi usually you take it, you light the stove, and then only from the stove you take and light the lamp for the god. Idella undu. There is some prakriya there, and every time I know of people who the ilipachiti adupala vechale, the moment you keep that patram, அது ஒரு நல்ல சுவாமியை நினைச்சுட்டு தான் பண்றது. இது இந்த புள்ளையார் பிடிச்சு வைப்பா. If you know any பக்ஷணம் பண்றதுக்கு புள்ளையார் பிடிக்கிறது உண்டு. So even when you are doing murukku or something like that, modalla you take that maavu and then do one, like the manja pulliyar that we do, you do that at the corner of the stove and then you start cooking. So it's just a normal this thing that if they every day they do it. Inniki that practice is not there.
But clearly the time when Dandi wrote this, like 7th or 8th century, this is the norm of the normal thing.
Yeah. And see, this is the document where she has given all of the pictures. So this was one that Janani had put up. Kolam.
Beautiful.
And the kalatha aduppu,
and party பண்ணிட்டு இருப்பா நம்ம ஞாபகம் இருக்கு, but okay, அப்புறம்
even now before Pongal and all we'll do it, right? Pongal day and all we'll do.
Yeah, of course, Pongal day we will do it. That is fine, but that is a special occasion, daily.
Right? No, my mother-in-law would do it every day. Every night I was in charge of cleaning the stove, and then you have to put that kolam and then only go to sleep. Some people do it in the morning. We used to do it at night and then go to sleep. Yeah, I've done that. I don't have that practice now.
இப்போ modern stuff எல்லாம் வந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் like it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. Anyway. Okay, so Siktheshu tam sthalim adhomukim avatishtat. She ensured that it was faced downward so that the remaining things also were done. The remaining water will also seep away, ooze out. Indhanani antasarani ambhasa samabhyukshya prashamita agnini krishnangari kritya tadarthibihi prahinot. Just as how she sent the dasi with the husk to buy, the same way indhanani. Now she saw that the indhanam or the fuel still had something within it. Antasarani, it still had some sattu inside, upari eva dagdhani iti yuktam. So antasarani, only the outer portion was burnt, whereas the inner portion was still useful. So ambhasa samabhyukshya, uksha means sprinkling of water. So she sprinkled with water, and prashamita agnini krishnangari kritya, having completely downed the agni, she turned it into black coal. So it was not entirely consumed. So she extinguished the fire in it. Prashamita agnini kritva indhanani. This is an adjective again to indhanani. Krishnangari kritya. She made it into black coal and sent it. Prahinot. Again, she sent it to people who wanted that. No, tad arthibihi prahinot. She sent it to people who will want it through the dasya, vriddha dasya eva, athava dhatriya. Ebihi labdhaha kakinihi dattva. Again, kakini is that measure that we were talking about last class. So ebihi is indhanaihi. Ebihi indhanaihi athava krishnangaraihi kakinihi labdva, having obtained some copper coins. You dattva shakam ghritam dadhi tailam amalakam chinchaphalam cha yathalabham anaya. Give this money in exchange for these items. What are all the items? Shakam, vegetables; ghritam, ghee; dadhi, curds; tailam, oil; amalakam, amla, gooseberry ingroma, something like that. And the nellikangrome, that is amalakam. Chinchaphalam is tamarind. Yathalabham anaya. As you get, how much ever you can get, bring that. Iti dasim, she told the dasi. Okay. Next is tatha anushtitecha taya dvitran upadamshan upapadya tad annamandam ardra valuka upahita navasharava gatam atimruduna talavrinta anilena shitali kritya slavana sambharam datta angara dhupavasam cha sampadya tadapi amalakam slakshna pishtam utpalagandhi kritva dhatri mukhena snanaya tam achodayat. Now he has to take a bath before eating. He has just come and he is sitting here observing her doing all of these things. Now she even prepares a bath for him with all the items that she had got only from that 640 grams of rice. So tatha cha anushtite taya. Taya here is dhatriya. Tatha anushtite sati. When the dhatri had done the same thing that she asked for, that is, she went to and gave the coal, brought all these items. Dvitran upadamshan upapadya. Dvitran upadamshan, she also prepared some 2 or 3 upadamsha. Upadamsha is condiment, other than the tottukara saman sollu, something that you eat with the rice. That is called upadamsha. Upa is on the side. Upadamshan upapadya tad annamandam. Annamandam here is that water. She did not waste it. When she was filtering out the rice, she collected the water separately. So tad annamandam, she put certain things into that shatutamla. So ardra valuka upahita nava sharava gatam. It was poured into that sharava which she had bought earlier. So she was asked to bring 2 platters or plate or bowls along with adena vera ennalamo kondu vandale paatram, parimitam paatram, right, to cook.
Mitapacha.
Mitam pacha, mitapacham sthalim anetum ukta sadasi. Tatra dvau sharavau api, they were also there. So in that one sharava, one of the bowl, which was new, nava sharava gatam annamandam, the rice water which was in the new vessel, in the earthen vessel that was brought, what did she do? She put in the ardra valuka upahitam. Valukana, I know it is sand. I think here it is ginger or one. Adadu, when you want to keep water or something really cold, what we do is we have if you remember how we used to keep water in an earthen pot inside the house, Modalla we bring in sand, and the sand is put, and then you place the pot on top. You fill the pot with water. The sand should always be moist so that the water inside is like fridge water. It will be at a temperature where you can drink. It will be a drinkable fridge water, and not really cold. So the sand has to be kept moist there. So ardra valuka upahita v-gतम. The annamandam, the rice water, was placed in a new sharava, which was upahitam, which was placed on top of moist sand, so that it remains nice and cool. Already rice water is to cool the body, and this makes it even more cool. Ati mriduna talavrinta anilena shitali kritya. She also makes it cool further because she has just filtered that water, so it must be really hot. Even though she places it on the moist sand, still it has to be cooled down for him to drink it immediately. So ati mriduna, with very soft, talavrinta anilena, by the wind that comes from palm leaf, a palm fan, talavrintam, a palm leaf. Shitali kritya, having made that annamandam, the rice water, cooled down. Salavana, adnalda shitali iti chvi pratyayaha tatra vartate. It was not shitalam before. It was very hot, as she had just cooked and she had filtered that water. So she had to make it cool. So shitali kritya. Slavana she put in salt there. She salted it. Adukapram added salt to it. Datta angara dhupavasam cha sampadya. She also gave it one smoky flavor. Sometimes you don't put the coal cooking no. If there is a pot, there is a huge pot, you surround it with coal and then place your pot inside and cover the entire big pot with one dome like that the smokiness of that coal, that flavor comes into the food that is being prepared inside. This is how they do in the dum biryani, they used to do it in this coal. So on the smell of the coal is being infused into that on the rice water. So datta angara dhupa vasam. So she makes it fragrant by bringing in the perfumes which have been done on that charcoal. So she also gives that on the samrani podra madri. She does that to the rice water, sampadya. Tadapi amalakam slakshna pishtam. I first thought, initially, last time also when I took this session, in the amalakam I thought it was for eating, but looks like it is for snanam here. So tadapi amalakam, the amalakam angardu nellika, right? So that nellika, gooseberry, she slakshna pishtam kritva, she makes it into a fine powder or fine paste. Utpala gandhi kritva, infuses lotus fragrance into it, and then dhatri mukena, through the dhatri, through the dasi who is there, snanaya tam achodayat, she asked Shaktikumāra through the nurse to bathe. She pushed him to bathe. Seriya?
Modhya, tasya hastat prasthamatram was there. Okay, that means did she not use the full 640 grams?
Prastha is 640 grams.
So why is there matram?
She did not use any other inside from the storeroom. She didn't use extra. No cheating here.
Oh, okay. So that 640 gram full thing is for him. Okay.
What is this question? What are you referring to?
No, earlier, yesterday's
one paragraph before.
Paragraph before. You should catch up and then come for the class. Then you will understand.
Yeah. But coming back to this particular one, so when we say tad annam andam, so anna, of course, rice. Now the word manda refers to water.
The water. Yes, the rasam. Or
kanji.
I mean, manda iti padasya artha tadrisham iti.
Annamandam angardu. Yeah, I also came across it only in this text for the first time. Usually அது வந்து இந்த மேல முதக்கற ஒரு இதுங்கறா அது இல்ல, it is the chattutam foam or froth அதுக்கும் யூஸ் பண்ணுவா.
I see. So the upari bag is the water and the foam that floats on the top.
So the rice is cooked. If you are cooking it on the stove, then you will know, not in pressure cooker. When you are cooking, because pressure cooker la pandrache and the foam itself is settled down into the rice. You can't remove it. So idila vandu when you cook it on the stove, the water on top, you can actually remove it. You have to filter it out.
Yeah, you have to keep filtering it.
ஆமா, தண்ணி வெச்சு பண்ணுவா இல்ல the துணி வெச்சு பண்ணுவா. They either put a cloth on top and do it, or they place a plate like how she has done it. It depends on
பொங்கிட்டே இருக்கும். சோ அப்பப்போ ஃபில்டர் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கணுமா?
இல்ல அவ்வளவு அப்பப்போலாம் ஃபில்டர் பண்ண வேண்டாம். அதுக்கு தகுந்த மாதிரி பெரிய பாத்திரத்துல வெச்சுப்போம்.
ஓகே.
அது கரண்டியை வச்சு போட்டு பாக்கறச்சேயே நமக்கு தெரியும் அது ஃப்ளஃப் ஆகி மேல வரும். You know, she is doing 1:5 water, so it would have come up to at least 2 parts or 2.5 parts. Then she will know the rice will be visible there, and she will know that it is cooked or not. Mukula avastham tyaktva அப்படினு போட்டிருந்தது இல்லையா? It is no longer like a bud and it is opened up really well. அதுதான்.
So okay, fine. Salavana sambharam. Salavana, of course, along with salt. Sambhara means more stuff being added?
I think sambhara here is just ஒரு பிடி salt. சமூகம்னு அர்த்தம்.
Oh, just salt, not more spices, etc.
No. Just salt. Actually, chattutam with just அந்த உப்பு மாத்திரம் சாப்பிட்டா நல்லா இருக்கும்.
Tasty.
So Nattanga Radupascha Sampadya tadapi amalakam shlakshanam means
brown.
Illa pishtam is grinding, slakshna is very thick.
Oh.
And oily until it's easier to spread on the body.
Okay. So yedukku ipo suddenly until now ellame cooking suddenly she's going to snana vishaya.
He has to cook first, take a bath, and then only come and eat.
Sorry. Okay. So
he has roamed in the streets and he has come. So he has to freshen up and then eat.
Okay.
Very good point. Yes, actually, there is a customary in our households. We never sit down to eat without taking a bath.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
As soon as in the குழந்தைகளுக்குலாம் பார்த்தேன்னா கூட, you know, the moment you give them a nice bath, they'll feel very hungry and they'll eat quickly. You know, it's the same for us also. Sometimes when we take a bath, immediately we'll feel so hungry we want to sit down and eat.
Right. So yeah, only after bathing, even breakfast after bathing da.
Ama, exactly.
Amalakam. So amalakam is the gooseberry, which is usually that gooseberry paste order using that as soap, right?
Yeah, that is the one. Yes, he rubs it first. He is using it like a soap, and then he uses the oil also. Tailam api sa aniya atra adat khalu.
So chinchapalam is that what do they call it?
Tamarind.
Tamarind dana.
Puli
dana. Oh, okay.
South la.
Yeah, I was thinking of that. You know that. What do you use for shampoo in
Shikaka. Shikaka. Even I was thinking, Amla kada, like we cannot find a current scenario parallel, right?
Irukku. Enna we use
powder which you can use for hair and all, right?
Yes, nellika we use. Ama. இது உடம்புக்கு வந்து யூஸ் பண்ணி நான் பார்த்தது இல்ல. ஆயிலுக்கு போடுவா.
ஆயில்ல போடுவா நெல்லிக்கா, but for bath powder mari, this is the first time
we use paithama kadalama that and all exactly. I've found, but not amla for bath powder. Correct.
So basically she's taking the amalakam and she's made a paste out of it, and she is thick paste out of it, and then she did utpala gandhinama. She took like leaves of some utpalam and she made it fragrant.
They made it fragrant with that. Ama in all handmade soap here.
Utpala grandhi kritva dhatri mukena. So dhatri nama idanim dasi va?
Vriddha dasi saeva. So through her mouth, that is, she told the dhatri, and dhatri said this to him.
Okay, and she impelled him. She sent him to take a bath.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Janani, you have a question?
One parallel I can find is if in the vitamin C serum and all, they are telling no, this amla is vitamin C and this thing. Maybe they use it to glow their skin. Who knows? Maybe it will after years.
Essential oils.
Essential oil or no.
Interesting.
So Antasarani punah go back one time.
Ennachu? Oh no. Why? What?
Indanani antasarani. So antahanama inner, saramanna the inner part which is unburnt, right?
Yes.
So antasarani the inner essence which is not burnt.
Antaha sarayuktam.
Sarayuktam. Tadrishani indanani.
Yes.
Oh, antasarani. Oh. So tarhi, okay. So then the outer part is the one that's burnt.
Yes.
And
that's what I said. Ennachu?
Charcoal. Okay.
Question உங்களுக்கு.
Question என்னன்னா உபரியேவ தக்தானி அப்படின்னா அந்த மீனிங் வந்து அந்த சாரம் இருக்கு உபரியேவ தக்தம் அப்படின்னா okay opposite okay so I guess it's the same thing.
Yeah. It is, no? So
உள்ளுக்குள்ள சாரம் இருக்குன்னு சொல்றது ஒண்ணு மேலுக்கு மேல் தான்.
That is the தாத்பர்யம் here. உள்ளுக்குள்ள சாரம் அந்தஹ சாரயுக்தானி which means உபரி ஏவ தக்தானி. அப்போ எப்படி உள்ள இன்னும் சாரம் இருக்குன்னு கேட்போமோ இல்லையோ.
Okay.
இப்படி கேட்டா அப்படி கேட்டா இப்படி.
Okay, fine.
தயாச்ச சஹ ஸ்நான शुद्धया दत्त तैल आमलकः क्रमेण सस्नौ स्नानशुद्धया तया. She who had taken a bath herself, or the nurse who had taken a bath herself, this is not the girl, the Dhatri who is taking care of Shaktikumāra, she is not allowed to have contact directly here. So snana shuddhaya taya Dhatrya, she also went out and bought all of these things. So she must have gone in to take a bath while the girl was preparing and waiting. So she would have come out. We have to assume so much here. So snana shuddhaya taya dhatrya datta taila amalakaha. Tailam and amalakam was given to him. Saha kramena sasnau. He also took a bath next. Okay. So datta amalaka tailam. He took the oil and he took that snana powder also and he took a bath. Snataha, having taken a bath, sikta mrishte kuttime phalakam aruhya. On that, we saw where it was completely cleaned up, right? On the paved floor, which was well swept and cleaned. Sikta here is, it was sprinkled with water and then, or cow dung water, maybe. So we don't know. Apola shuddhikaranaaya tatra gomayasya upayogaha kriyate. Tasmat sikta mrishte, siktam cha mrishtam cha sikta mrishte kuttime tasmin kuttime phalakam aruhya. He placed a wooden seat on top of that paved floor and pandu haritasya tribhaga shesha lunasya angana kadali palashasya upari sharavadvayam dattam ardram abhimrishan atishtat. After he had taken a bath, he sat down on the seat, palakam aruhya, atishtat. Here you can take it as he sat down on the palakam aruhya atishtat. Ipen abhimrishan dattam ardram sharavadvayam abhimrishan, touching the two sharavam, other than the platter madri kudthalya, ada vandu he was touching it and then he sat down. Idukku ipa pandu haritasya tribhaga shesha lunasya angana kadali palashasya upari sharavadvayam dattam ardram abhimrishan. So he touched the so there were two platters which were placed on a plantain leaf, and that plantain leaf was, third part was cut. So adavadhu you have a huge leaf. You don't take the entire leaf. Think of a banana tree here, plantain tree. The leaves are quite long, but you only cut a third of it and serve. Okay. So you don't do the entire leaf here. You don't cut out the entire leaf. So when you take a just a third portion, that itself will be huge here. It's not really small. So Tribhaga Shesha Lunasya Pandu Haritasya, slightly green, which means she has just cut it from the tree also. Tribhaga Shesha Lunasya, after having been cut, there was only a third portion of it left. Angana Kadali Palashasya, the Kadali tree was present in the Anganam or the courtyard. அதாவது கொல்ல பக்கத்துல இருக்கிற வாழை மரத்தினுடைய இலையில முப்பாகம் இருக்கும். அதுல முப்பாகத்துல ஒரு பாகம் அந்த மூணாவது பாகமாக கட் பண்ணி தர்றது 1/3 கட் பண்ணி கொடுத்திருக்கா. சரியா? அந்த இலை மேல 2 தட்டு வச்சிருக்கு. இப்போ is that clear?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So those 2 platters are quite wet because we saw that she had placed it on a moist sand for it to remain cool. So upari sharavadvayam dattam ardram abhimrishan, he was touching that and he sat down on this idu avladha. Satu tam peyam eva. Edavadhu sandeyam irukka?
Touching anna, I mean, is that a ritual, like, you know,
அப்படினா I think அவன் சும்மா அப்படி அது என்ன ஏதுன்னு அது தொட்டு பார்க்கறானா இருக்கும்.
பக்கத்துல உட்காரணும் அப்படியே கொஞ்சம் தொட்டு அவ்வளவு பக்கத்துல உட்கார்றாரோ என்னமோ.
கையை ரீச் பண்ற அளவுக்கு இருக்கான்னு பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கோம்.
அது that's right. So and the thing is atishtat usually is like, you know, tishtati Ramaha, tishtati means Rama is standing, but here we have a different kind of usage.
Yes.
Ramaha, you know, upavishati iti.
He sat down ங்கிறதுக்கு பதிலா he placed himself on the
அப்போ நிச்ச அந்தர்கத நிச்சங்க
அந்த மாதிரி வெச்சுக்கலாம். பட் அதிஷ்டத்துன்னா ஸ்திதஹ ஆசீத் இருக்குறதுன்னு தான் அர்த்தம். He was, that's all. No? Don't need to take it as standing or sitting, no motion. He just placed himself there types.
Yeah.
So the touching is for checking the temperature, whether
no, I'm checking the temperature. I think Haridas has a point there where, you know, he was trying to check whether he could reach that or not. There is a big leaf in front of you. You want to be able to reach the plates that are placed in the corner, the outer corner. So he was touching to see whether he could reach it or not.
Allo pakatla ukarano abdina. And then this atishtat is basically to prove, it proves the point that the arthas of dhatus as given in the Dhatupata are not exhaustive. They are only directional. Yeah.
Ama. And it's the usage. The Kavi decides to use it in this manner, then the grammar has to follow the usage also. Adu for such a Kavi, no?
Right. It shows that this kind of usage was there.
Ama.
எப்பவுமே தாத்து பாட்டை வச்சுட்டு ஓகே திஷ்டத்தி என்ன எப்படி அப்படின்னு சொல்லும்.
It's not at all exhaustive. I feel it is very, very incomplete that way. Like, for example, in Rājavāhana, we saw the verb kshi. Kshi dhatu kshayati or kshayate is usually kshinoti, something. No, even kshinoti. The meaning given in dhatu pata is only digging up or reducing. You know, kshinam karoti, ityada. Whereas you look at the word bhukshit or kshitikshit, it means one who rules the earth, a raja. So there kshayate or kshinoti, whichever one, kshi iti aishwaryena, kshira swami makes a note. Kvachit kshi aishwarye iti. So it's a totally different take where even Kshira Swami was not aware of such a usage, but it was present in Shishupala Vadha, Ramayana. No?
That's because he's Kshira Swami.
Anyway, so that's not, you have to go through other dhatu vrittis also to find out the meaning, and beyond that you have to also look at such usages.
Exactly.
Satu tam peyam eva agre samupaharat. Tam peyam, that is that rice water or rice gruel that she had made, no, that kanji. She brought that peyam. Peyam is patum yogyam. She brought it, which was also upaskritam, which was also had a lot of the smoky flavor and the salt in it, right? So tam peyam eva agre samupaharat. She brought it first. So as soon as you finish a bath, you immediately take this So it will first cool your body and then you can start eating. Adhikaga. Pitvacha apanita advaklamaha. Advaklamaha, the fatigue that he felt due to travel was completely removed after he drank this water. Prahrishtaha sanna, being very happy. Praklinna sakala gatraha. His entire body was now sort of cool. So because if your body has to cool down, you have to sweat. So here praklinnam is his body was now wet because of sweat here. So sakala gatraha, sakalani gatrani praklinnani yasya tadrashaha bhutva sthitaha abhut. So he was present, all of his body parts were all freely perspiring because of this now. Tataha tasya shalyodanam darvidvayam dattva sarpihi matram supam upadamsham cha upajahara. Tataha tasya, and then after that she put the 2 spoonfuls of rice now. Darvi dvayam, 2 ladles of rice. Shalyodanam here is well cooked rice. So dattva, having given that, sarpihi matram, sarpiri matram, which is ghee here, she konchund nei podrathu. She also served a little bit of ghee on top and then placed soupam upadamsham cha upajahara. She placed soup, which is probably some kind of a sauce or soup, some kind of thing, and upadamsham is on the tottukra items, right? All those 2 things that she had bought, she placed it upajahara. She brought it and placed it, served him nartha upajahara.
Condiments.
Ama. Imam cha dadhna cha trijataka avachurnena surabhi sheetalabhyam cha kalasheya kanjikabhyam shesham annam abhojayat. She also made him eat or served him the rest of the annam. First she placed 2 kavalam of food with the ghee so that he can do the parisheshanam. So for that you have to anna shuddhi. Yeah, for that. So first she places that and then she brings in the rest. Dadhna cha, this is the first time I'm hearing serving ghee for the tair first.
And also she didn't give payasam, she gave lavana water first.
Different tradition namakku theriyala illaya. So we don't know what the tradition was at that time during Daṇḍin or during Daṇḍi's time, how the tradition was in Vaishya familyhoods, right?
Community.
So
Correct,
we don't know.
Dadna soup is served first, right? Basically,
Yeah.
you serve like in the West here, you serve the soup first. Hot soup is served first.
Yeah. Okay.
You soup first.
Rasam.
Rasam.
Rasam. In Kannada, Karnataka, they serve majjige first, no? And then they go to rasam sambar.
Right.
Yeah. So first buttermilk is served.
Right.
She also gives him curds first here. Trijataka avachurnitena, she adds spices to it. Trijatakam here refers to Sugandhi Dravya Visheshanam Trayam. So you have mace, cardamom, and cinnamon. These are the 3 things which together is called Trijataka. Trijataka avachurnitena with powdered 3 spices powdered into it. Some even say it is pepper, cinnamon, and ginger. So it depends on that makes more sense. Pepper, ginger, and cinnamon makes more sense than cardamom and all inside dahi. Surabhi sheetalabhyam cha kalasheya kanjikabhyam shesham annam abhojayat. She also served the remaining part with fragrant buttermilk. The kalasheya is takram, which is buttermilk. Surabhi sheetalabhyam, Surabhi sheetalam, it was also fragrant and it was cool. Tadrisha kalasheya, which is takram, buttermilk, and kanjika. Kanjika is some sour thing. So it is an amla dravya visheshaha. Some idu elimchambaram madri, some nice sour juice probably. எனக்கு என்ன தோணித்துன்னா இந்த நீர்மோர் பானகம் மாதிரி கொடுத்தாளோன்னு.
Exactly.
அன்னமோட மிக்ஸ் பண்ணி சாப்பிடணும் இல்லையா?
ஆமா, அதுக்காக கொடுக்குறா. So sour can mean rasam and kalasheya can mean the buttermilk.
So தத்னா, இதுக்கு மேல தயிர்.
ஆமா.
Okay.
தத்னா காலசேய காஞ்சிகாபியாம் சஹ சேஷம் அன்னம் அபோஜயத். சரியா? So she served the rest of the rice with curds, buttermilk and some sour kind of liquid.
So the previous verb was upajahara, where the dhatu hru, right? Upa plus hru.
Upaharati.
Upaharati. But here upaharanam actually means serving.
Yes, upaharahana, it is a gift, yeah.
Gift.
You give somebody a gift. That is upahara.
Basically repurposed to say serving. Okay. I mean just amazing how the verbs are used in usage. It's not fixed, it's completely dynamic.
Yeah. Ayachatacha paniyam, he also asked for water, for to drink. Atha nava bhringara sambritam agaru dhupitam abhinava patala kusuma vasitam patala avasitam utpala grathita saurabham vari nali dharatmana patayam babhuva. Now the water is also not just simple water, but it is fragrant here, and it has been sambritam agaru dhupitam. It is dhupitam na, and the fumigated, the infused with the incense agaru. Nava bhringara sambritam. Nava bhringara here would mean fresh bhringaram na therila. So it's a kind of vessel which has a spout and an opening with which you pour water. There are some people who use that instead of panchapatram for doing sandhyavandanam. If you have seen that, there will be a handle and then a spout also with which you can pour water using that. That is a bhringara. It is a new vessel. Nava bhringara sambritam vari. So these are all adjectives to water. Water which is sambritam, collected in a new bhringara kind of jug. Agaru dhupitam, which is also vasitam, made fragrant with agaru dhupa. And then it is vasitam. Again, it has been made fragrant with flowers. New patala kusuma vasitam. Patala kusuma vasitam irukkanum.
Flowers with fresh petals. Nava patala kusuma. So, you're saying the akara is unnecessary.
Unnecessary indre. Patala kusumaihi vasitam ne potrukar. Okay. So which means patala kusuma is the name of the kusumam, pushpam. Patala iti.
So there is no okay, got it. So
no iti nasti. So patala itself is a flower. Okay. Lodhra pushpam. Patalaha varnaha asyaha asti iti.
Rose water madri.
Yeah. Patala pushpasya, and it is also mingled with the utpulla. Idu lotus. Utpulla, utpala, grathita, saurabham. It has the fragrance of full-blown lotus. Utpala, utpala. Fully blown lotuses. Taihi grathitaha saurabaha. The water's fragrance has been mixed in with the fragrance of fully blown lotuses. She patayam babhuva, she made it, or she poured out the water. She made the water fall down. This is a nijanta here, which means she poured the water through the nali dharatmana in a stream fashion. அதாவது அது எப்படி சொல்ற, she poured it out in a stream manner. அதாவது தபதபான கொட்டறதுக்கு பதிலா she poured it in a very, இதெல்லாம் வந்து showing attention to what you do. Every work has to be done with a mindfulness. Yeah? So you don't randomly pour water into the tumbler, but you slowly pay attention to it in such a manner that it flows in a stream of water.
That's only possible if you have a bhringara, where you have
spout. அழகா இருக்கு. The words he uses and all is just very beautiful. சரி, this is the last paragraph நினைக்கிறேன். Do we have time for this? Okay. So api mukha upahita sharavena hima shishira kana karalita arunayamana akshipakshma dhararava abhinandita shravanaha sparsha sukha udbhinna romancha karkasha kapolaha parimala pravala utpida phulla grana randraha madhurya prakarsha avarjita rasanendriyaha tad acham paniyam akantham papau. He drank that water. It's as simple as that. But the description is all of his senses were just awakened by that. இதெல்லாம் மாஸ்டர் ஷெஃப்ல போடணும். The adjectives that they use in master chef is அப்படியே தோத்துது. அந்த மாதிரி he uses it here. It's a pleasure to the sense organs here. Mukha upahita sharavena, with the sharava or the drinking dish, which is like a tumbler kind of thing. Yeah, she had two sharava that were placed in front, and one of those he took that where she had poured the water and drank the water. Tad acham paniyam akantham papau. He drank the water fully. With the sharava, mukha upahita sharavena, raising the dish or raising the tumbler to his mouth. Mukha upahitam, bringing it closer to his mouth. With his eyes, eyelashes, pakshmana, akshi pakshmana, arunayamana akshi pakshmana, hima shishirakana karalita. I think his eyebrows, eyelashes are reddish when he drank the okay, so we'll take it as eyelids here. So as he drinks the really cold water, which is cold like the droplets of hima shishira, himavat shishira kanaha, taihi kanaihi karalite arunayamane akshi pakshmanau yasya saha, because two eyelids, both of his eyelids, because of the cold and as you said, because they are tender, immediately they can be a little reddish, and it also becomes vikasitam. The pupils are dilated, or it also ubbikardu. The cold can make your skin expand a little bit also. Sometimes it depends. So hima shishira kana, with the droplets which are as cold as snow, the eyelids are completely, they change color and they become slightly karalitam. It could also mean churungarduன்னு எடுத்துக்கலாம். So it becomes vikatam, it becomes uneven there. ஒரு நிமிஷம் சட்டுன்னு, like how the cold can make folds in your skin, karalita can mean that also. You take it like instead of vikasitam, that's better. So his eyes were also pleased. Next is ears. Dhara arava abhinandita shravanaha. His shravanam abhinanditam asit. His ears were entertained by the sound of the dhara, the water, stream of water. His ears were entertained. Abhinanditam. Dhara arava here is sound. So dharayaha aravena abhinanditam shravanam yasya, athava abhinandite shravane yasya. Both his ears were entertained because of the sound of the water, which is true. Sometimes when the sound of the water comes, it actually makes us happy here. Right?
And the water, he's drinking the water by bringing the glass close to his mouth.
No, when she was pouring the water.
அதுவும் இருக்கலாம். தண்ணி வந்து ஜில்லுன்னு நம்ம வந்து, you imagine you're very tired and you are pouring water into your mouth. சீப்பி குடிக்கிறது இல்ல, இதெல்லாம் தூக்கி குடிக்கிறது.
Exactly. Yeah, தூக்கி குடிக்கிறது.
You don't literally put the bottle into your mouth here. அதெல்லாம் நம்ம இப்ப இருக்கிற பழக்கம். இல்லைன்னா புரியவே புரியாது.
So அப்போ இந்த கிளாஸ்ல வந்து maybe she really had like ice cubes மாதிரி ஏதாவது இருந்ததோ என்னமோ. அப்போ அந்த சவுண்ட் டிங் 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 அடிக்கும் இல்லையா?
இல்ல அப்படி இல்லையே. She only placed it on the moist sand so that it is really cool.
Manpane water is very cold, like
very
we pay it in earthen
especially
pot,
with the
Mahodaya.
vetiver.
இந்த vetiverலாம் வாசனா.
No, if you put in water in mud pot,
mud pot,
fine. Naturally it will be very cold. You don't have to have ice.
Yeah, my party used to have one.
And adu vandu during summer we bring in sand and place it on that sand. So that it is even more cool and keep the sand very thanni adichinde irpa side la. In fact, I know one of my relative used to have a towel around that tie a towel around the mud pot and keep that towel moist. If you don't want your house getting dirty with the sand, then they used to do this. Sparsha sukha udbhinna romancha karkasha kapolaha. As he was drinking, when it touched his cheeks, the cheeks became horripilated and rough. So sparsha sukhat udbhinna, it came out. Romancha came out and made his kapolam karkasham very uneven or rough. Parimala, this is sparsha sukham. So akshi, shravanam, sparsham. Next is grana and rasanendriya. Parimala pravala udpida phulla grana randraha. His grana randra, the nostrils, were filled with the fragrance that was coming out. So parimala pravalena utpidita parimala pravala utpidena Pulle grana randre yasya saha. So whose both nostrils, the space of that nostril, the opening, it was pullam. It was completely filled with the utpida. Utpida na the coming of that thick pravala parimala. In the இடத்துல வந்து utpida என்ன சொல்றார்? Parimala is pravaham. Pravaha is dhara, utpida is bhara, thick, correct. So thick flowing fragrance that emanates from the water fills his nostrils. Adutadu madhurya prakascha avarjita rasana indriyaha. His rasanendriyaha, his tongue became satisfied or became attracted. Avarjita. It was completely pulled in by the madhurya prakarsha, the sweetness, excessive sweetness that was there in the water. Water has a natural sweetness. Tarkasankaraham padicha theriyum. Madhuryam jale.
napumsakalinga padam kalu.
Indriyam yasya saha. Saha paniyam akantham papau karta atra.
Okay.
One second. Yes. So madhurya prakarsha means extreme sweetness, a lot of sweetness. Usually varjita means having let go.
Avarjita.
Okay. Avarjita nama kim punaha?
Akarshayati iti. Madhurya prakarshena akarshitam rasanendriyam yasya saha. ஆவர்ஜித வந்திருக்கே இதுல சாகுந்தலத்துல அல்ல வேற எங்கயோ வந்திருக்கே ஆவர்ஜித நயனஹ அப்படினு
usually vrjidatu usually to let go இல்லையா
அது இருந்துட்டு போட்டோம் உபசர்கேன தாத்வர்த்தः அன்யத்ர நீயதே வசீகிருதः இத்யர்த்தः
आवर्जित नाम वशीकृतः इति वा वशीकृतः having been captured captured by the excellent sweetness okay got it
शिरः कंप संज्ञा वारिता च पुनः अपरकरकेण आचमनम् अदत्त कन्या
sorry once again so tad acham nama swacham
yes
shuddham okay
paniyam okay and he also asked her to stop shirah kampa samjna varita sa kanya. This is an adjective to the kanya here. The kanya, the girl who was stopped by his shirakampa samjna, by the sign that he gave with his head, by nodding his head. He asked her to stop pouring water. Punaha apara karakena achamanam adatta. She again gave him water for achamanam from another vessel. She did not give this fragrant water for achamanam, but she gave some normal water for him from another pot. Karaka here. So vriddhatu tad uchishtam apohya harita gomaya upalipte kuttime swameva uttariya karpatam vyavadhaya kshanam asheta. Vriddha, the lady, the old woman, removed the uchishtam, the remaining food, or the remaining uchishtam not food, but here it's just that leaf which was eaten on, and the leaf, the banana leaf, apohya, she removed it. Harita gomaya upalipte kuttime, which means she cleaned it again with harita gomayam, fresh cow dung, upalipte, the kuttime, the paved floor which was upalipta, anointed or cleaned with the fresh cow dung. Swammeva uttariyam, uttariya karpatam vyavadhaya kshanam asheta. Oh, this is she slept. She put her own uttariya karpatam, her top garment, and vyavadhaya, spreading it, kshanam asheta, slept. There is a kartrapada problem here, whether he slept, he slept or she slept is the issue in here.
He slept.
That should be vriddhayatu, then that should be tritiya. Vriddhayatu uchishtam apohya, by the vriddha.
Sa idunu varno apra.
So
saha asheta abdin varno.
So upon the vriddhaya and tritiya la pota okay okay nenikreen.
वृद्धा के द्वारा उसका जूटा हटाकर
वृद्धा के द्वारा तर्हि वृद्धया
पतेला वृद्धयान रखणो वृद्धया தான் இருக்கு டெக்ஸ்ட்ல text has vridhaya. I'll change it. So vridhaya taduchishtam solunga.
So in the previous sentence adatta is once again lung of the dhatu adatta Kanya adatta, Kanya gave iti.
Adat is lung, adatta should be lung.
Adadat illaya.
Illa datte irukalla ubhayapadi illada
atmanepadam va
atmanepadam dane.
Okay.
Illa ubhayapadi, so it is the atmanepadi lang lakara adatta, correct.
Got it.
Cholu, Janani?
After he has finished his food, I just wanted to make that point. Everybody usually eats Vetalapaka, betel leaf. But since he is a bachelor, I think he has left it, isn't it? Bachelor should not eat Vetalapaka. I was noticing the details that went into it. It was...
I think that makes sense. Yes.
Vetalapaka is obviously left out.
Yeah.
In spite of all this detailed description.
Right. I know.
And also after he eats the food, akantam papau, he drinks water until the throat is full.
Yes.
Akantam papau. Okay.
Nanna nimmadhiya kudicha full அப்படி காக்கா கொத்தும்பா அது வரைக்கும்.
Digestive இவ்ளோ கொடுத்திருக்கும்போது digestive definitely they would have given, but since he's the bachelor, they didn't give it.
Yeah, possible. That is why beetles were not given. Makes sense. So vridhaya, I just changed this. Vridhaya tu taduttishtam uchishtam apohya, having removed the eaten banana leaf. Harita gomaya upalipte kuttime saha. Now the karta becomes fine. So he on the floor which was cleaned with harita gomayam, swam eva uttariya karpatam, he removed his top vastram and vyavadhaya, he spread it on the ground, and kshanam asheta, he slept just for a bit. Paritushtaha cha vidhivat upayamya, paritushtaha, he became very happy. Vidhivat kanyam vidhivat upayamya kanyam ninye. Vidhivat upayamya, having married her, upayamya is having married her. Upayeme abdin varum illa idula kuda. I think in Ramakatha we read it in the first so vidhivat upayamya, having married her according to the rituals or rules, kanyam ninye, he took the girl to his home. Nitva etad anapekshaha, இதுதான் worst. இவ்வளவு she does so, she shows so much of concern and consideration, and she provided him with a great feast, and he completely ignores her. Nitva etad anapekshaha, having ignored her, etam anapeksha, something like that, etasyaha anapeksha yasya saha etad anapeksha. The Shaktikumāra, completely ignoring her, kamapi ganikam avarodham akarot. He took some courtesan as in his antavpuram. Avarodham here is antavpuram, or made her his consort. So some ganika, some courtesan was made her his consort. Tamapi asau priyasakhim iva upacharat. Here asau refers to our Kanya, our heroine. She served even that girl. Tamapi priyasakhim iva. That ganika, she served that courtesan also as if she was a very close friend. Priyasakhim iva upacharat. She served her. Patimcha daivatam iva mukta tandra paryacharat. She served paricharati. She served upacharati, paricharati, upajahara, everything is served, but each serving has a different context here. No? Mukta Tandra, without any alasyam, without any laziness, she also served her husband as if he is a Daivatam, God. Griha Karyani cha ahinam anvatishtat. She ensured that, or she worked towards, or she did all of the griha karma, the domestic work, completely. Ahinam griha karyani akarot. She did all of the work that was without any lack. Without any korebaadu illamal ella karyathiyum cheida.
Unfailingly performed.
Happa. Seri. Correct. Parijanam cha dakshinya nidhihi atmadhinam akarot. Parijanam, she ensured that all of the servants around made them her. Atma adhinam akarot. She made them depend entirely on her. That is, she became the ruler of the home here. She, because of dakshinya nidhihi bhutva. This is addressing the girl herself. Ya dakshinyasya nidhihi asit. Sa. She was very favorably disposed towards all of them. She was a nidhi, treasure of dakshinyam, being polite. Hence, she brought all of the parijanam, all of the servants under her control. Atma adhinam akarot. Control avida, she made them depend on her. Tadguna vashikritaha cha bharta. The husband was attracted by her qualities. And sarvameva kutumbam tadayattam eva kritva. He gave all of his possessions to her, left everything to her. And tadekadhina jivita shariraha, his body being dependent only on her. Tadeka sa eka eva tasyaha adhinam swajivitam shariram cha kritva. Tatha kritva. Okay, so he entrusted his life and his body to her only. Trivargam nirvivesha. Nirvivesha here is anvabhunta. He enjoyed dharma, artha, and kama. He gave the entire control to her. And andha kalathula you can have two wives, So he brought in a courtesan also and enjoyed life with her.
So trivargam nama swargam iti. What trivargam iti kim?
No, dharma artha purushartha trayam iti. Dharmam artham kamam.
Oh, purushartha trayam nirvivesha. Oh, I see.
Nirvishati nama anubhavati. Okay.
Initially, I thought that he was testing her by bringing the courtesan, but no, that's not.
He gave the entire control here.
But
even
why
today,
it is not testing? That is not testing.
Yeah, it is. But at the same time, not just testing and keeping her under his control, but giving the entire control to her.
Afterwards.
You look at the Chettiars or the Vaishya community in today's world, mostly the household is completely taken up by the ladies of the family. They control everything there. The husband is just
why they are good.
namesake.
That is why they are good.
I mean, it's. I think it's not just the Chettiars. Usually, almost every other community, right? Why?
Mainly in Chettiar community is what I'm saying, or Vaishya community. Chettiars is in south, even in north, wherever it is the Vaishya community, because the husband is always traveling and he is taking care of the business outside, the entire responsibility of the home falls on the lady here.
Yeah, that's right. Makes sense.
Adinala solren. He is not around most of the times.
Right.
That's why.
Savi Kotha is with the ladies.
Yes.